Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. Indeed, last night we have seen the Dow Jones close as well. And for those of you who have followed us on live Facebook this Wednesday, that's right, I did talk about the consequence of where this market is, the post-Chinese New Year rally. Unfortunately, the rally seemed to be on the technology stocks, but I do think this morning, if you check out many of the technology stocks, which we will do to the VSA 360, you see many of them are rallying so far. So where are we heading? As such, this morning, this topic is talking about why the KLCI failed to break that 1500, and we're going to be going through some of the reason in here, and perhaps you may find some interesting trade, but not to forget, we have also a special feature looking into the insider buying and selling of various director dealings, which has been part of our new release. So let's get on to our trade. We TradeVSA 360 in here, and I'm your host, Martin Wong here. So far this morning, what we are looking at is the post-Chinese New Year rally, which we were kind of very excited, but such that the market failed to go higher than it is. So we're going to be looking at the reason why it failed and really struggled to crack through that 1500, which is a really a psychological level in here. And one of the key thing is it's still able to look for good trade, even the market's not showing, and that is why we want to demonstrate here the VSA 360 is that power able to set up in here. And if you work through all our screener, that back testing will give you the kind of confidence in here. And more of it, the VSA 360 will do a lot of the hard work for you, just like the insider trading, where we're able to find out some stocks which is good for you. So if not, check out our 10-day free trial or contact 266-9761 to find out more. Now, also, we'd like to hear your feedback. This is the QR code, and let us know what you'd like to see. Now, the TradeVSA 360 is a 360 view of a stock, including many aspects. And the latest one, of course, our usual intraday trade, intraday alert, but the latest is our insider buying and selling, which is available right now in here. So make sure you get hold of this new feature. If not, check out our free trial. And so now let's look at our 360 this morning in here and where we are on the respective market right now. All right, so let's take a look. And let's see, this morning the market is still pretty much where it is, 0.95 in here. And if you look back in our KLCI, we have the energy stocks, the technology, of course, it's really rallying back. The energies are doing pretty well. I think a lot of the big reporting earnings in the US was on energy, and they done very, very well. And also good thing, all right, maybe, just maybe, I'll take my words back just now, we will be seeing the likelihood of the KLCI breaking above the 150 level in here, which is pretty much in here. Now, if you look into the VSA 360 in here, this is one we'll look at the Bursa foreign flows. And we did have foreign funds coming in on yesterday. That is a positive 36. And as long as we have this little trickle in here, right, not too big, and we will see this eventually the breaking of the 150. But if you notice, the last 6 days in a row, we have negative outflow, which also explains why this market really struggled. And we are really lagging behind the regional market in here. For those of you who know this is definitely a good information to have. And VSA 360 is definitely one of the tools that you want to be using. So if you look at in today, everything seems to be up. We got the 1.75 points here, and also you can see Mr. DIY is doing better. Inari is up. You can click on Inari, that will also take you into the stocks in here. So that's really easy to use. And now, of course, this is where we are always looking at into our market, and as such that you will see where we are so far right now. You can see there are some buying in the insider report in here, and you can look at these respective here, but we will take a look at them much later in here. So let's look at the so-called the alert that we have so far. And right now, we have Dialog turning red Pentagon, CTOS turn red Pentagon, UWC is green Pentagon, Sam Plantation is green Pentagon, LC Titan, Hata is also turned red Pentagon on the 2nd of February. So some of the technology stock has turned, THS has turned green Pentagon, Press Metal also turned red Pentagon in here, so you can check it out. So it's sort of give you a flare of what they think. There's nothing on my stock alert. I hasn't been monitoring or in there. I've been using mainly trading the intraday alert mostly to trade those in here. So that is fair. So next we're going to be looking into the respective sector. All right, we'll be looking at respective sector in here. You can see energy sector are doing one of the top in here, technology followed by property, REITs, and then telemedia right now in here. But let's take a look at the so-called sector. All right, so you can see technology turning green Pentagon finally, right? And we have that one rate, and that seems to be really booming in here. And those of you who have noticed, if I've talked about the Wednesday live Facebook, right, the energy, the finance, and the technology sectors those are the one which is really doing pretty well. And you can see also same time the energy sector also turned green Pentagon. You can see these things shooting up. And finally we want to look at finance. Finance is still red, right? As you can see, these one of the big sell-off that we have on the banking stock. Maybe this have to do with the interest rate not being red. But eventually, I do think that this one, you can see from here, everything is on the green Pentagon. A significant change from what we have previously in here. So that is probably be a tall tale sign of where this market is heading into so far in here. All right, so let's get out from here. And we also want to look at the monthly stocks. You can see right now for the month of February, okay, the month of January, we've been one of the laggard, which I did talk about it on Wednesday, where you can see January month, all right, January month seems to be one of the best performing month. For some time for Malaysia, it doesn't is. It looks like January is the worst because we have better performing months in December. Okay, so it's sort of the reverse. You see here 3%, and yet we are still doing pretty bad from where I seen in here. Hopefully for the month of February, and this is definitely what we like to see, more foreign funds coming in. So we can see this foreign funds coming in. That is the respective area where the market can definitely go higher right now. But overall, you can see the Bursa 30, many of them are performing well. Mr. DIY is the best performer in here so far. All right, if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in. I'm happy to look into that for you shortly right now. So that's where we are. So you can see market is trying to crack into the 1700 level in here. So we're yet to be seen how well it's performing. My list on my watch list seems to be, I only have two. MGRC, which up 1.3%, and Gtronics is up 0.9%, very respectively, not moving that much. And some of the previous stocks that have done pretty well here, you can look at CY Park, and we will look at CY Park of the interesting insider buying, which actually happened some time back ago, those of you who don't know, and this is why we are able to get into understanding the movement, where how the smart money accumulates and eventually push up that price higher here. All right, so we done that for the alert, the strong sectors. We know that all the sectors are turning well. Now, the KLCI is slightly below 150. It will take some time, and I do think eventually it will break through it. So these are the background to know that. You can see pretty much from a schematic diagram that we have up here. It did have the red pentagon followed by green pentagon here, and this is where the market is trying to crack up, and the slower it takes up to crack through this market, in my opinion, is better. So this is where the market able to push up and slowly moving up in here. So we got to look out for the red pentagon. Alright, look out for the red pentagon as the market go higher. As I said before on Wednesday, the KLCI green pentagon or the blue trend zone has been more than 23 bars in here, which we'll look at it shortly here. So you can see from here, this is pretty much a long period. We started to turn green pentagon on the 20, just before the last 3 days of the New Year rally. At the end of the year, you see the window dressing, the market push up, and then the next 2 days, the market drop back off. And we are seeing that, but the market drops. We still have the railway track still moving in the uptrend. So my take is that from a chart wise, this could be a S3 distribution. However, the KLCI is really diverging away from the regional market, which means the Hang Seng, the Singapore, all has done pretty well. Hang Seng is up 10%, the SDI is up 3%, yet our KLCI market almost unchanged, really struggling it. But we did see a trickle of foreign funds coming to buy, and we need to have that more. From a technical wise, this double top that we see 1500 perhaps will reverse eventually, but we really want to see the kind of catalyst that we usually see in order to see this market going higher. Now that is kind of important. If you don't see that, then likelihood this market will probably struggle going into this market in here. All right, from the VSA market stages, you would also see that this market continue to struggle, right? You can see here, and he has turned red pentagon already, right? So you can see that it turned red pentagon, and the market now are holding up this level here. Okay, they are holding up this level, so you can see red pentagon, right? And even to right now, this morning it's down 6.5%. The market is not good. The only thing that's positive, the railway track is up. It really struggled. Maybe it's a good time for those of you who like to buy on pullback, right? On that uptrend it is, and it may turn green pentagon eventually if the market were to crack to 150. But mark my word, if it were to break 150, it's going to be on good some sort of catalyst which is coming up. We need to have that catalyst for this market to break higher here. So KLCI right now, like it or not, is still a stage 3 distribution, but how can we find good trades? Even in a stage 3 in here, this is where we want to focus on the VSA 360, the intraday alert. Some of you may be very familiar in here, a shorter term trade. And let's look back on the 20th of December, right? Because we always look at this 1 week ago in here. And the last time that we did, some of you may have remembered some of those trades that we have was focusing just on green pentagon. You can see here, green pentagon was Cosmos and Marsing, all right, which is actually a top 30. And at that time, you could see we pick up Cosmo around 9:36 in the morning at 535 in here, and then the market hit next day 595, which is possible. Possible, right? Depending how well your trading is, of 11.2% on a potential gain of 1,100 ringgit on a 10k trade just overnight in here. So that's a case on buying the simple Pentagon guided intraday daily trade. So that's really demonstrate the power of the intraday trade. You can just keep up your screen up in here and also look at those stocks. 11%, right, possible in here. And then the second trade we have was Marsing, which was detected at 916 at 595. Right, and it did go higher, right, after going back to in here to 63 cents. 63 cents, that was a 5.8% where we left, or a 500 ringgit potential gain on a 10k trade. 2 out of 2, it make money too, right? That's demonstrate how powerful. For those of you who are looking for the kind of momentum trade, intraday trading definitely give you that edge in here, right? So all in all, you may be familiar, we do have some sort of post-Chinese New Year rally, right? But breaking that 1500 is the critical point. Take shorter profits in here, like you see in those two. We have taken some profit in here and looking into the intraday trade, screen through the Pentagon guider in here. So that way you'll be more efficient, just like this chart that I show every week, that you have more fishing rod in here, right? And of course, let's look at the intraday alert this morning. As of 9:35, I screenshot in here. We have two GUB and LBS. All right. So let's take a look at them using we can also use the VSA 360 in here to look at them. So the first one is GUH. Okay, GUH holding. And you can see this is also good to look into it. You can see the breakout, right, which is yesterday. And we also want to see whether there is any buying in here. The last time anyone bought was Kenneth Hing Bhakti. That was the That was sometime October last year, but since then there hasn't been any of this sort. So this is where we also, when we buy some of these stocks, we want to know whether the insider are buying. And this is, of course, if you want to know any of this person, you can just click on this. These are the top shareholders in here. So GUB, all right, we have this market pullback right now, all right, at almost unchanged in here. Let's take a look next week, see how well this thing will pop up and sense. Okay, GUH. All right, next we have is the list that we have just now is LBS. Okay, LBS, and let me just get out LBS. All right, let's take a look at LBS. Okay, it's a bit slow right now, so I'm just going to switch on to this one here. Okay, so LBS, it's okay. LBS is down this morning. Okay, so it's down 1% in here, and as long as we have this green pentagon, the potential of it moving higher is always there. All right, so just keep an eye on that one, and definitely next week we will come back and look at it, how well this thing will fare to it. So those are the two stocks that we have this morning on the intraday alert. Okay, the intraday alert. Now next we have is the insider buying. Those of you know, so this is something that we want to showcase to our members in here. Right now you can see the labeling of the insider buying. We have both the call to buy by the licensed analyst as well as the insider buying and selling. So you can see call to buy are rated in the blue and call to sell are the one in the black, and here we have the sell, and then there are also others, which is actually the transaction, like some sort of off market transaction, and others usually are what we call bonus issue, and this is to demonstrate the power of the insider buying and selling. So from here onwards, you could definitely see this one in here, this market continue to move up higher. Of course, right now it's already too high. This is why we want to be looking buying from a stage one when the analysts called to buy back in December, but you notice even before that there were already signs of accumulation, and since then the market has moved up almost 150% in here, the power inside. And this is Toyo Wen. You could see this market also move up from insider buying in December, right? This is where they are buying from a stage one accumulation, giving you that 58% markup within a month. So this is something very useful for all our members, and those of you who are using this will give you an edge. So let's look at just one chart here to share with you. Look who's buying right now, and definitely this morning we have NWP, right? This is a demonstration in here to show you the power of the TradeVSA, and let's take a look at the what stock we look at? NWP. All right, so NWP, we click on that one, and we want to see whether this thing is coming or not. All right, we got this one here. Oh, we're still at GUH. Apparently this, we'll just have to wait for it. Okay, oh, not found. We have to try it again. NWP here. All right, there you go. Sometimes you get that because of the network connection. So this is where we have this very nice green pentagon since 22nd of December. And of course, you can see, right, they will continue buying of Tan Vi Chua. This is substantial shade over time. We have 4 million, 4 million, 3 million. Okay, still buying. And Tan Li Hok, okay, Dato here. Another Dato. So we just want to find out Dato. So there's a lot of buying. That's what got me interested in this stock as I was looking for our audience to this morning, looking at this stock, NWV. So you can see that this is into, what do? They are into wood, all right? So someone is buying. It's not making money, as you can see from this company in here. A lot of positive cash flow in here, making huge loss, but he does have cash. Something is cooking in here, but from the standpoint of it, there may be some sort of a trade coming in here. This morning is still around 27 cents, still holding up this level. Of course, next week we will come back and see how well this fares. It will take some time, but the trend is certainly up. the I like the stocks in here, and that tells me some buying in here. Who knows, this might be just another CY Park. All right, okay, so that is the power of the insider and buying, and definitely something for our audience in here. Can NWP go higher with this insider buying? Right, we'll definitely look into it. So our focus has always been our members itself, which is you and the audience who are listening right in here. So if you're likely to be the next winner, definitely with our intraday alert, our VSA 360, and right now with the new insider buying, that will give you the kind of edge that you see. All right, in here. And we will looking, and of course, don't forget, if you want to give up a 10-day free trial to sign up to use the insider buying and selling, this is definitely one of them in here. And we have Nathan here. Want me to look at Kobe. Kobe, that's right. Let's take a look at this one in here, and we also help Kevin to look at the Kobe, and definitely Kobe will be up because of the technology stock that is doing well here. And okay, it's just that a high input to where the market is. Okay, let's take a look at the next one is time.com. Okay, still NWP, we just have to wait for it. If not, we can always look at the chart here. Kobe. Alright, Kobe, continue to run your profit since the green pentagon here. I think that will be a nice one. We have a 9% move in here. I do hope that Mayfan, you got in much earlier during the pullback on this bar in here. All right, time.com. Okay, time.com will be here. This chart here, this is relatively, yep, the trend is still up on this one here, time.com. But I'm interested to see whether there is any of the, okay, I'll try it again one more time. The access is a bit slow this morning in here. Okay. Okay, that looks like it's coming back. And okay, so this was a break. So we'll try that again. Yeah, that's right. Right. So it's just, so you can look at Kobe on the 9 months time frame here. There were only some buying, Mr. Kwei Cheng Lai, 6.4 million. So this is where there's a call to buy in here. So there wasn't much behind this trade in here. You could see the information that we have is only on this one. What we like to see is a few buying, like what we saw for NWP, and that's why we pick up this stock in here. Time.com. Oh, look at that. Okay. This is interesting to see that a lot of institution. Let's go back to 1 month, just 1 month in here. We got some buying EPF, so EPF, and we got some selling, buying, selling in here, buying. So look, this is an institutional stock. You can see Patrick Koso, sounds familiar, this guy, right? Someone transferred some Pulau Kapas venture. I wonder what they do, right? This is definitely institutional stock. You can see since then the stock is started to move up. On the uptrend is pretty nice in here. I would still stay with the trend going forward in here. Okay. So any other stocks that you want me to look at, just pencil those in. I'm happy to look into it in here. And thank you for your audience. And don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. And if you wanted to get some of the new features insider, you can always sign up for our plan and pricing in here. Very, very affordable, and definitely give you the kind of edge that most people, and more on this coming next Wednesday on another live Facebook talk to explore some of the great functionality and benefits, knowing what the directors are doing, just like we did NWP. And definitely we will look into the success, or maybe the market may just move back in next week for NWP in here. So thank you for giving us the review. All right, if you have not done so, please do so, and you stand a chance to win 1,000 ringgit worth of VSA product if you does give us a good review. That is also free. You might check it out in here, Kevin. Give it a review, and if your review is good enough, you stand a chance to win a 3-month TradeVSA in here. All right. So that's all we have for this morning. And if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, that will be the sign of the good things to come inside here. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and not to know our education Telegram chat room, which is always available to answer some of the questions that you have. Thank you for coming. I'll see you on Monday again with the Breakfast Show with Smart Robbie, and check out some of our offering right now. Bye-bye.